Unlock the miraculous power of divine respect. 7 prophetic steps to supernatural transformation. In the quaint English village of St. Michael's Green, where the ancient church stood tall, Mary breathed the essence of faith. Her heart had always danced to the rhythm of prayer, her family enveloped in a tapestry woven with devotion. But dark clouds had gathered lately. Her husband had lost his job, plunging their home into despair. As uncertainty seeped into their hearts, the flickering flame of hope threatened to fade. One evening, amid desperate prayers, Mary stumbled upon an ancient prophecy etched into the very walls of the church, whispering of miracles stemming from profound submission to divine respect. Her heart raced as she read the words, "In times of trouble, seek the intercession of St. Michael, and the heavens will respond." It felt like a divine spark ignited within her. Excited, she shared the revelation at her prayer group, gathering the village's faithful souls around her. Together they raised their voices in fervent prayer, certain their collective faith would reach the heavens. The air shimmered, charged with an electric presence of the divine as each word echoed. They prayed as if each plea could summon the angels themselves, their voices swelling in a chorus of longing and trust. But doubt lingered among some neighbors. "What proof do you have, Mary? Prophecies can mislead," one skeptic challenged, her voice cutting through the harmony like a sharp wind. Yet Mary stood firm, her eyes bright with conviction. "God reveals his glory to those who believe," she replied, grace emanating from her like sunlight. Just when despair threatened to consume her, Mary fell to her knees, sobbing out her heart, asking St. Michael to protect her family. A hush enveloped the gathering, the kind that felt heavy with expectation. Then it happened. A gentle breeze stirred the air, soft yet insistent, brushing against their faces like an angel's caress. Gasps of awe filled the room. Could it be? Was their prayer truly felt in the heavens? Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Days turned into a restless week. Fear gnawed at their hearts until a miraculous voice pierced through the gloom. Mary's husband received a job offer that felt otherworldly, almost like a gift from the divine. It was not just any job, it was beyond their wildest dreams. Their home erupted in joy, laughter lifting them as if propelled by angelic wings.
News of their good fortune rippled through the village, igniting conversations filled with incredulity and wonder. Amidst their celebration, Mary felt a newfound responsibility press against her heart. How could they honor this miracle? The village wasn't just on the brink of revival, it was being called to something deeper. The question lingered in the air, drawing the community closer together. What might God require from them next? Mary sensed a shift, a beckoning from above, urging them to embrace the miraculous power of divine respect. The next chapter awaited, filled with unity and trials that demanded their utmost faith. What revelations lay ahead, and how would they rise to meet the call of transformation? With the joy of answered prayers still fresh in their hearts, the village of St. Michael's Green gathered once more in the church. Mary stood at the front, her spirit brimming with gratitude, but also with a potent sense of purpose. The flickering candles around the altar danced, casting warm shadows across the faces of her friends and neighbors. Each one carried a light, a testimony of faith that refused to dim. "Brothers and sisters," she began, her voice steady despite the emotions swirling within. "God has shown us his goodness. We prayed together, and look at what has happened. We are not just witnesses to a miracle, we are partakers in a divine journey." A murmur of agreement coursed through the assembly. As their heads nodded, Mary could feel the collective heartbeat of faith throb in response to her words. This was not merely about her family anymore, it was about the entire village. They had been brought together, unified in a way that transcended the confines of doubt. However, in the comfort of joy, doubts still flickered in the minds of a few. A familiar face, the skeptic from before, whispered to a friend, "But what if this is temporary? What if we lose it all again?" Her words snaked through the crowd, sowing seeds of anxiety. Mary's heart ached at the skepticism, yet she understood their fears. "Faith is not the absence of doubt," she said gently, "but the determination to trust in God's plan despite it. We have seen the miraculous, and we must lean into our faith now more than ever." As she spoke, she felt a wave of divine presence enveloping her. It was as if Saint Michael himself was urging them to embrace what was before them. In her spirit, she sensed the next step was not merely gratitude, it was about action, about manifestation of divine respect. "Let us hold a gathering," Mary proposed, eyes sparkling with inspiration. "A day where we come together, not just for us, but to reach out to others. We can help those in our community still trapped in despair, show them the love we have received." A ripple of excitement traveled through the congregation. One by one, hands lifted in applause, voices harmonizing like a choir, ready to take on the call. They spoke of collecting food, offering support, and sharing blessings.
Each person began to contribute, revealing hearts woven together by hope and commitment. Yet, the deeper Mary dove into organizing, the more challenges began to surface. Problems emerged like heavy clouds, a lack of resources, disagreements on logistics, and whispers of doubt echoed within her heart. But amidst the storm, she held fast to the prophetic message that had ignited their faith. Days turned into a flurry of preparation, marked with sacred intention. The chosen day approached, and excitement flourished in the air. As the villagers hung colorful banners and set up tables of food, Mary held silent prayers deep in her heart. Would they truly experience the affection of God's presence through their efforts? What would be revealed on this transformative day? When the dawn of the gathering finally broke, a palpable energy hummed in the very atmosphere. Children laughed and played, while adults moved with purpose, each contributing their gifts and talents. It felt alive, infused with divine expectation. Yet, as they stepped forward, uncertainty echoed in the silence. Mary sensed that something awaited them all, a pivotal moment that could dispel the shadows challenging their faith. Would it be a moment of revelation, a chance for deeper connection, or perhaps a test of their collective resolve? Only time would tell if they were truly prepared to uncover the miraculous power of divine respect, and if the heavens would respond. What awaited them as they reached out in love, and how would God continue to lead them forward through this journey of transformation? As the sun began to rise higher, spilling golden light over St. Michael's Green, the gathering transformed into a vibrant festival of love and hope. Laughter echoed around the square, and the sounds of children playing mixed with the rich aroma of freshly baked goods wafting through the air. Mary stood near the entrance, heart swelling with gratitude as she watched her neighbors greeting one another with warmth, their faces illuminated by the glow of community spirit. "Let us invite everyone into this miracle," she thought, feeling a swell of joy and purpose. Yet her heart fluttered uneasily, a reminder of the doubts that had flickered on the edges of their gathering. She glanced sideways at the familiar skeptic from before, now standing quietly on the periphery. "Faith moves mountains," Mary whispered to herself. She squeezed her eyes shut for a moment, taking a deep breath, asking God for that extra measure of courage. Today would be special. She felt it in her spirit. As the hour approached, Mary gathered the villagers around her once more. "Brothers and sisters, today is not just about food and fellowship. It's about sharing the blessings we have received. Let our love flow into the hearts of those who need it most. Each meal we give is a seed of compassion. Each hand that reaches out is a testimony to our faith in action."
With arms raised high and amens ringing through the crowd, the villagers cheered with uncontained enthusiasm, their spirits soaring. Yet, right behind her, a voice echoed with uncertainty as the skeptic interjected, "Can love truly change lives? What if we give all this only to find our efforts weren't enough?" A hush fell over the crowd, the doubts hanging heavily in the air. Mary felt an urge to respond, a wisdom that transcended mere words. "Friends," she said softly, "love is always enough. When we act out of the abundance we've received, we give God room to move. It's not about the perfection of our actions, it's about the intentions of our hearts." Nods rippled through the assembly as her words penetrated the doubts, weaving threads of reassurance where uncertainty had taken root. They began passing out meals with hands eager to serve, with each portion packed carrying not just food, but a piece of their spirit, a gem of divine love to share with those in need. As they moved through the village, joy erupted in every corner. Smiles exchanged became bridges of connection that united their hearts, revealing the true power of hope. Conversations blossomed between neighbors and strangers alike as stories were shared, not just of despair, but of healing and triumph. Then, as the sun dipped low and the golden hour cast a celestial glow over the village, an unexpected visitor arrived. A woman, frail and wearied by life, walked slowly towards them, drawn by the laughter and warmth. Mary felt her heart race. Would this encounter be a testament to God's faithfulness? As the villagers turned their attention to the newcomer, an energy shifted in the atmosphere. Eyes turned toward Mary, their unspoken question lingering. What do we do now? Mary met the woman's gaze, sensing a divine urgency wrapping around them all. She opened her arms, a symbol of welcome. Come, friend, join us. You are loved. You belong here. Would this moment of vulnerability lead to healing? Would the love they offered transform despair into hope? With the weight of a community's faith hanging in the balance, they waited in anticipation. Whatever happened next could change everything. Mary took a breath, her spirit ignited with expectation. What divine work was about to unveil itself? The gathering had just begun, and the miracle they sought was still waiting to be unlocked. As the frail woman took a hesitant step forward, the crowd held its breath, the warmth of the sun casting a gentle glow around them. In that stillness, Mary felt time slow, as if the whole universe conspired to witness this sacred moment. Her heart pulsed with an awareness that this encounter was more than just chance. It bore the weight of divine significance. Please, share your name with us, Mary encouraged softly, inviting not just the woman, but everyone present to step into the intimacy of this unfolding miracle. I am Ruth, the woman murmured, her voice barely above him.
As she spoke, Mary caught the shimmer of tears streaming down Ruth's cheeks, each drop a testament to the burden she carried. The villagers instinctively stepped closer, forming a protective embrace around Ruth, transforming the tight circle into a sanctuary of love. Ruth, you have stepped into a place where the light shines bright, Mary said, her voice steady with conviction. Here you will find hope, and here you will find healing. With those words, something shifted within Ruth. The weariness in her eyes started to fade, replaced by the flicker of a newfound spark. It was as if the light of the crowd, their love woven through countless shared moments, was reaching into the depths of her soul, awakening something long buried. Mary turned to the villagers. Together, let us shower Ruth with our love. Let us remind her and one another that we are not alone. Our love, God's love, can pierce through the thickest darkness. Encouraged by her words, the villagers began to gather closely around Ruth. Hands reached out to hold hers, squeezing gently, wrapping her in warmth. Whispers of encouragement filled the air. You are brave. You are worthy. You are loved. Each phrase a lifeline, casting aside the shadows of despair. Gradually, Ruth's posture shifted. She stood taller, her heart absorbing the love offered by this humble community. In that moment, she became not just a recipient of kindness, but a participant in a powerful exchange of faith. Mary felt the pulse of the Holy Spirit surge through her veins. She held Ruth's gaze, unyielding. With us, you are home. The sincerity in her words seemed to vibrate in the very air around them. As Ruth's expression transformed, laughter bubbled forth from her lips, breaking through the weight of her past. It rang like a bell of hope, reverberating through the crowd. Faces lit up with joy as the villagers cheered, caught up in a wave of inspiration and belief. They witnessed a miracle in their midst, not just in Ruth's revival, but in their own hearts as they invited vulnerability and connection. Yet, in the back of her mind, Mary felt the skeptic's presence lingering. Would he admit the change he saw? Would he dare to believe? But how could one heart stop the ripple effect of an awakening? Mary turned to him, sensing the pulse of divine urgency threading through the crowd. Belief is a journey. Today, right here, we are witnessing the power of love in action. What will you choose to carry with you? Ruth's laughter echoed as more villagers joined in, and Mary felt the sacred energy rise higher. The moment shimmered with potential, but still she sensed that this was just the beginning. What deeper spiritual revelations awaited them in the dance of love and faith now ignited in the village? As the last light of day fell into twilight, the atmosphere hummed with the promise of what lay ahead. Would they unlock even greater miracles together? Would the skeptics see the light?
The heart of the community hungered for more, a catalyst, a new unfolding. They stood poised, ready to embrace the next chapter of their journey, the chapter filled with divine surprises yet to come. The laughter still floated in the air, mingling with the twilight, but beneath the surface, a palpable tension stirred. Mary felt it, an aura of expectation thick with longing. The villagers began to quiet down, their joy tempered with an unspoken yearning. They wanted to know, what next? What transformation awaited them beyond this moment of light? Mary looked around, taking in the faces illuminated by the dimming sun. There was a shared vulnerability that resonated within her. Ruth's story is but the beginning, she proclaimed. Her voice carried softly, yet firmly. It is a reminder that every heart can be renewed and every spirit healed. Ruth stood in the center, holding the hands of those around her, as if bolstered by their love. She looked up at Mary, her eyes shimmering with an understanding that she was no longer alone in her struggles. And in that moment, the skeptic stepped forward, his demeanor rigid but curious. "Mary," he began, his voice cutting through the reverberating joy, "you speak of healing, but what of the pain we all carry? Can love truly overcome all this darkness?" Every eye turned to him, awaiting answers, waiting for hope. "Love is the antidote to despair," Mary replied, her heart racing with the sincerity of the moment. "But it is also a choice that must be made again and again. As we witness Ruth transform today, let us not ignore the shadows of our own hearts. We must face them together." Silence echoed. The villagers exchanged glances, questions flickering in their eyes. What shadows lurked within them? They had walked long with burdens. Could the same love that changed Ruth breathe life into their own buried dreams? Feeling a divine urgency, Mary sensed the hearts of her friends. Each was a tapestry marked by joy, sorrow, and moments of faith. "Look closely at Ruth," she encouraged. "In her laughter lies a promise. Healing is real, but it requires stepping forward, laying bare our fears." The skeptic hesitated, his walls beginning to crack as he pondered her words. Yet an unsettling truth loomed behind his defenses. "How do we truly believe? How do we know this isn't a fleeting moment?" he questioned, the tremor in his voice revealing deep-seated doubt. Without missing a beat, Mary turned to the crowd, inviting them back to Ruth. "Love is not merely a fleeting feeling. It is an active force that transforms us. It is tangible in every prayer whispered, every hand clasped. We gather here as a family, a living testament to unseen grace. Together, we can encourage one another to share what's hidden." Slowly, others stepped forward. One by one, villagers began to share their burdens, their fears unfurling like petals in the evening light. "I've struggled with loneliness."
One man's quaking voice rose above the others. "I lost my way," a woman chimed in. As they spoke, an electric warmth filled the air, encircling each heart with understanding and compassion. Mary felt the spark igniting within her. "See how our stories connect?" she urged them, "like threads woven into a beautiful fabric. Let us embrace this moment of vulnerability. Together we can uplift and lighten the weight we carry." The skeptic stood quiet, his expression softening. It was a profound revelation shaping right before him, a collective healing. He felt stirred, a longing to join this sacred exchange. As they shared in this communion of spirit, the beauty of community became a powerful counterpoint to their fears. They truly were a part of something greater, a divine tapestry of love and hope. Mary realized that in nurturing one another's narratives through faith, they were stepping into the miraculous. Would the skeptic embrace the light? Was this the moment when faith, love, and awakening would unite everyone? And with that thought, as the stars began to glitter above, an extraordinary challenge lay before them all. What miracle would God weave in their lives next? The air hummed with anticipation. As the last hues of sunlight surrendered to night, a palpable energy surged through the gathering. Mary felt it, a divine invitation, beckoning deeper connection and collective awakening. The moment was drenched in a holy promise, one that whispered of life-changing possibilities. "Open your hearts, dear friends," Mary urged, her voice steady and inviting. "Can you feel the warmth of shared experience? Each confession is a seed,
planted with love, it can grow into something beautiful. A soft murmur swept through the crowd, an undercurrent of agreement. The skeptic stood still, grappling with this new reality unfolding around him. Was it possible? Could vulnerability lead to transformation? One by one, others stepped forward, courage igniting within their hearts. "I've battled fear for so long," spoke a frail old woman. Her words trembled in the cool night air. "But tonight, I feel it fading." The crowd nodded, their expressions softening, faces reflecting a mixture of sympathy and understanding. Each story echoed another's struggles, revealing threads of shared humanity. As the old woman took her seat, a young man rose with a fervent spirit. "I've been angry for far too long," he confessed, eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Tonight, I wish to lay it down." His heartfelt admission resonated deeply. Mary watched as the villagers began to shift closer together, drawing support from one another, their connection tightening like a woven tapestry. They were finding strength in their vulnerability. In sharing their darkness, they illuminated the path for others. "Each of us holds a piece of the puzzle," Mary encouraged. "Our struggles, they do not define us. Instead, they unite us by reminding us of our need for grace."
Just like the stars shining above, we all have the potential to shine, no matter how black the night appears. Another voice pierced through. It was the skeptic, his brow furrowed but eyes ablaze with curiosity. "And what of forgiveness? Can we truly forgive ourselves and each other?" The air grew still, awaiting Mary's response. "Yes," Mary declared, her voice rising with fervor. "Forgiveness is a divine gift. It clears our hearts, freeing us to embrace light and love. Without it, we remain entangled in our darkness. This community, together, we have the power to break chains that bind us. Let go of what haunts you and embrace the future." As Mary gestured towards Ruth, the young woman smiled, her authenticity shining bright. "I stand here renewed, but it was through accepting the love and forgiveness of others that I truly began to heal." Then a young boy stepped forward, his innocence radiating through the crowd. "Can I share?" he asked, his voice small yet hopeful. Heads turned toward him in silent encouragement. "I was scared of the dark, but I learned that if I prayed, the lights always came on. Then the dark doesn't feel so scary anymore." Laughter mingled with tears, and in that moment, hearts expanded. The villagers felt an invisible bond weave among them, connecting their hopes and fears, much like a tapestry interlaced with threads of faith. Mary's heart swelled. "This is a new beginning. Let us trust that God is working among us, igniting hope where despair lived. Miracles are not merely stories, they are possibilities waiting to unfold." Excitement sparked anew in their eyes. Would they dare to step forward in faith? As the fire crackled gently beside them, illuminating the faces of the willing, Mary felt a stirring deep within. Something grand was about to unfold. Would they open their hearts wide enough to receive it? And in that sacred moment of unwavering hope, she understood what miracle awaited them in the days ahead would illuminate not just their lives, but transform all who dared to believe. Mary gazed around at the firelit faces, and the mingling warmth of vulnerability enveloped her. They had ventured into the depths of their souls tonight, each confession illuminating the darkness and finding solace in one another. But a new voice beckoned her attention. "Mary," the skeptic spoke once more, a tremor in his voice. "What if some of us are afraid of the power that lies within our stories? What if we fear that sharing them will leave us exposed, unprotected?" His questions resonated like a stone dropped into a still pond, sending ripples through the gathering. Mary pondered his concern, recognizing the underlying truth. Fear could easily silence the empowered spirit, shackle it to the shadows. "Ah, but here lies the beauty of our community," she replied, her voice gentle yet resolute. "When we share our stories, we do not expose ourselves to danger. We invite healing into our lives." Each tale serves to remind us of our shared journey. We find safety not in isolation, but in communion. Together, we can shield the fragile heart, breathing life into it instead of letting it wither in silence. Heads began nodding, and a young woman spoke softly. "I've always carried my burden alone, but sharing it, feeling your hearts alongside mine, it brings me strength." "That's it!" Mary exclaimed, encouragement dancing in her eyes. We are not alone anymore. Our unity weaves warmth into the fabric of our lives. In friendship, there is no shame. Instead, we find freedom. The crowd swelled with energy as new confessions began pouring out. One after another, voices rose, breaking the chains binding them. Each story fed their power, nourishing the seeds of hope planted deep within. Last year, I lost my job and spiraled into despair, shared a middle-aged man, his voice steady despite the weight of his words. But in my darkest hour, I found my faith anew. I learned to trust that God walks with me, no matter my circumstances. Claps of encouragement erupted, the kind that warmed the soul. Mary felt the collective joy ripple through her, a combustible force of faith releasing like a carriage speeding into the dawn. Suddenly, the young boy piped up again, voice clear and bright. "Can I pray for us all?" The air shimmered with anticipation as he closed his eyes tightly, hands clasped before him. "Dear God, help us be brave, and to shine our lights like stars." A humble smile spread across Mary's face, awe swelling in her chest as the crowd prayed along with him. In our joined voices, we align with the heavenly chorus, she thought, her body tingling with anticipation. As their hearts blended in a rhythmic chant, the fire danced higher, illuminating the night as if heaven breathed into existence. Each flame flickered hope, embodying the collective strength that had ignited within them. In that moment, the skeptic murmured, Perhaps there's more at play here than I ever knew." The flicker of belief igniting within his heart was a hopeful sign, one that reflected the true essence of transformation. Then, as the prayers hushed, a profound stillness blanketed the gathering, piercing through the calm night with a whispered promise. "What comes next, dear friends?" Mary pondered aloud, her heart racing in anticipation. What divine revelations await those who dare to continue this journey? A hush fell over the crowd, as if the air itself held its breath, urging them to wait for the unfolding miracle about to take shape. Would they embrace it? Would they trust in the mysteries yet unseen? The flames crackled softly, a rhythmic heartbeat in the quiet night. Mary sensed the air growing thick with expectation, each soul around the fire straining, ready to hear what lay beyond the veil of their understanding. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of being a vessel for something greater than herself.
"Friends," she began, her voice soaring above the gentle whispers of the night. "What if I told you that with each shared story, with every ounce of courage, we tap into something divine, a power that transforms doubts into faith and fear into hope?" Eyes widened in anticipation, hearts beat faster. The skeptical man fidgeted, still unsure but drawn into her words like iron to a magnet. Mary continued, "The essence of transformation is not singular. It blooms in our collective hearts. Can you feel it? The presence of the Holy Spirit among us, knitting our stories into a tapestry of faith?" A murmur of agreement rippled through the group. Mary noticed the young woman from before, tears glistening on her cheeks. Seeing her vulnerability only fueled Mary's spirit. "You see," she said, "we are stepping out in faith tonight, each of us a key, unlocking the miraculous potential that lies within this very moment." An elderly lady, who had been sitting quietly, spoke up. "But what if my key isn't enough? What if my faith is too small?" Her voice trembled, and Mary could see the flicker of insecurity buried beneath her courage. Mary approached her, kneeling down to meet her gaze. "Sweet friend, even the tiniest seed of faith can move mountains. Your willingness to be here, to open your heart, shines brighter than you realize. Remember the mustard seed?" The group nodded, a shared understanding blooming in the air. There was no need for perfection, only openness to the work that God was doing within them. A gentle reassurance washed over Mary as she looked into her sister's eyes. Younger voices chimed in, fostering the shared wisdom of their journey together. "We all have moments of doubt, but isn't it in the sharing that we learn to trust?" A voice called from the back. Mary smiled, knowing that these exchanges were more than words. They were prayers woven together, each thread a testament to their growth. As the flickering flames danced to an invisible rhythm, a new energy emerged from the gathering. "Let us pray again," Mary urged, "for the power of our stories to bring forth healing. For every heartache spoken here, may a joy tenfold return." With united voices, they prayed once more,
a sweet harmony of faith echoing into the night. The wind stirred, not with chaos, but with an inviting tenderness. Mary felt the presence of something profound, as if the very air amplified their devotion, drawing down encouragement from heaven. When silence swept over them, it was thick with divine promise. What awaits on the path ahead? Mary wondered, her heart pounding with hope and anticipation. And how will we know when the miracles begin to unfold within us? With these questions lingering in the air like the scent of the fire, the night poised at a precipice, the tension crackling. What revelations lay just around the corner? Would they have the courage to see them?
The fire's warm glow illuminated faces, each reflecting a tapestry of emotions woven through anticipation, vulnerability, and hope. Mary could feel the weight of the moment pressing gently against her heart, urging her forward. Deep within her spirit, a whisper rang clear. "Let me guide them." "Change is a sacred journey," she said, her voice steady yet filled with tenderness. "Each of us bears a story, a thread of divine purpose, and together we can weave something beautiful." Her gaze swept over the group, locking onto the skeptical man's furrowed brow. Doubt is a friend, not an enemy. It teaches us to seek, to ask, and to know. He shifted slightly, letting the shadows of disbelief fall away, if only for a moment. Mary continued, "Tonight, let's dive deeper. Let us enter the sanctuary of our hearts, each one a stepping stone towards understanding our purpose." As she spoke, the wind rustled softly around them, as if carrying her words on a journey through the soft night. "What are you afraid to let go of?" Mary asked, her tone inviting, encouraging. The space hung heavy with unspoken doubts, like whispers caught in time. The young woman with glistening cheeks stood up, her voice trembling. "I'm afraid of losing control. What if I let go and everything falls apart?" Her honesty colored the air, revealing a universal struggle that resonated with them all. "Ah, but true strength lies in surrendering control," Mary replied gently. "When we yield our fears to God, we step into His arms of grace. It's there that we discover freedom." A hushed awe fell over the group, the kind that comes when truth dances in the light of vulnerability. An elderly man, who had sat quietly observing, suddenly spoke. "I once carried burdens that felt insurmountable. Only when I laid them at the foot of the cross did I find peace. I thought I was alone in my suffering." His voice trembled slightly, bringing warmth to their hearts. "You are not alone," another voice chimed, breaking the silence. "When we share our pains, we dissolve them into the sacred community. Together, we can lift each other up." The fire popped and crackled, as if affirming their revelations, its light flickering in celebration of new truth. Mary could feel the presence of the Holy Spirit stirring among them, guiding their hearts towards deeper waters of faith. "Let us share what we hold dear," she encouraged. "Let your stories flow like rivers, clear and unblocking. What has God taught you in times of struggle? What treasures of faith have you uncovered?" One by one, they began to share, stories of loss transformed into blessings, of loneliness turned into community. With every spoken word, chains of doubt shattered, and the atmosphere thickened with divine presence. Mary's heart swelled as she felt God's love envelop them all. The realization dawned on her. They were becoming something greater.
United, they were a living testament to God's power, the miraculous working through their collective faith. As the night deepened and the stars twinkled overhead, Mary sensed that something extraordinary was about to unfold. "Can you feel it?" she asked, her voice low and reverent. "The shift in the air? God is preparing us." And then the question arose like a gentle breeze, lingering in the very fabric of the cool night air. What if this night is only the beginning? What uncharted territories will our faith take us to next? All eyes turned towards the darkness beyond the firelight, every heart aligned in anticipation, each moment stretched, pregnant with promise. What awaited them as they boldly stepped forward, united in vision and faith? Only time would reveal the miraculous journey ahead. As the evening air buzzed with anticipation, Mary felt the weight of the moment settle upon her shoulders, wrapping around her like a sacred cloak. "Tonight is a turning point," she proclaimed, eyes glistening with divine fervor. "We have shared our voices, our burdens, and our hopes together. each story a brushstroke on the canvas of this community's heart. Silence enveloped them, reverberating with the echoes of shared vulnerability. The flickering flames illuminated faces filled with expectation, courage, and newfound faith. Mary sensed that they stood at the precipice of transformation. Friends, in our willingness to break the silence surrounding our struggles, we lay the foundation for healing, she urged, her voice rising with passion. Each of us is a thread woven intricately into the tapestry of this village. Will we not embrace the divine power we hold together? The skeptic, standing at the edge of the group, shifted once more. But how do we carry this flame beyond tonight? He asked, sincerity tugging at his voice. A warmth surged through Mary as she realized that doubt was transforming itself into inquiry, a sign of openness. We carry it by living out our faith in action, she responded earnestly. Every act of kindness, every moment of love shared among us sends ripples of hope into our world. Our journey doesn't end here. The crowd began to stir, anticipation blooming as they felt the electricity of divine potential surrounding them. Mary continued, "Let's make a commitment, shall we? A pledge to one another. No more silence in the face of pain. We must be the hands and feet of love. We will reach out to those who are hurting and share the light bursting within us." An array of nods and murmurings surged through the congregation, the collective heartbeat pounding in unity. They were feeling it, the urgency to act, the deep-rooted desire to transform their faith into tangible love. With renewed conviction, Mary urged, "Let's create a ripple effect. We will start a community care circle, offering help to our neighbors experiencing need, listening to their struggles, and revealing the healing grace we have received."
As she spoke, faces brightened, ideas sparked, and hope ignited flames within their souls. Each person envisioned how they could contribute, making meals, providing companionship, and leading prayer sessions for those searching for solace. In that profound moment, Ruth, holding hands with neighbors, stepped forward, her spirit renewed. "I was once lost in darkness," she began, her voice carrying an honored weight. "But through your love, I have found that light is indeed real. I want to help others experiencing despair as you all helped me." The crowd erupted in cheers, a mix of laughter and joyous shouts infusing the air. The atmosphere was electric, fueled by divine momentum. Mary's heart soared as right before her eyes, the skeptic too was visibly transformed by the enthusiasm radiating around him. "I should be part of this," he murmured, almost to himself, as he took a cautious step forward. "Perhaps I've underestimated the love that can manifest when we come together." The realization hung heavy on his lips, the step towards faith bending the arc of doubt. "Together," Mary exclaimed, heart-thrilled, "we will rise as a community into the light. Let us carry the torch of faith. Our stories are more than just individual struggles. They are the fabric that intertwines us all in this divine journey." As their voices crescendoed into an anthem of faith, Mary felt the presence of Saint Michael enveloping them. The air shimmered with a sacred promise. She could almost hear the angels rejoicing above, urging them on to the miraculous. Light danced in their eyes as they dreamed of tangible change, of unity, of reaching into the depths of despair within their village. "We can bring hope not just to each other," Mary urged fervently, "but to those beyond, casting a net of love that uplifts all of St. Michael's Green." In that moment, they shouted affirmations, pledges of purpose, and visions of radiant transformation. The warmth of divine presence surged through their spirits, cementing their commitment in unshakable faith. As the evening waned, the last flickers of the fire illuminated their faces, each marked with determination and hope. They had unlocked the miraculous power of divine respect, bold and ready to transform. This was their sacred charge, their mission. The heavens had answered their call, and as they departed from the gathering, Mary sensed it deep within her heart. The next chapter awaited, filled with miraculous stories yet to unfold. "Let's embark on this journey together," she called out, a smile lighting her face. With hearts warmed by faith and hands ready to serve, the village of St. Michael's Green stepped forward into an extraordinary future, woven with the threads of love, resilience, and divine possibility. Now, dear family and faith, it's your turn. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and support this divine mission.
Comment below your reactions and testimonies about this powerful ending. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this manifestation of love and hope. This is the moment to show your support. Don't wait even one more second. Only true servants of God understand the importance of supporting this channel through these actions. Let's keep the flame of faith burning bright.